Hello, folks. Thanks for tuning in to another Godfrey's Parlour session. I'm your host, Dina Hall. I'm coming to you from my home right here in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And tonight we're going to travel to Lethbridge in southern Alberta, Canada for a visit with John Wort Hannam. In addition to this 1-hour performance, we'll also include the opportunity for you to add comments and ask questions. And true to Godfrey's form, we'll take a short break at the halfway mark. At that time, we'll spend a few minutes chatting with John. An important reminder, all of our live stream concerts will benefit the artists, so please use the link provided on screen and in the comments to pay what you will. Our suggested donation is $10, but you're certainly encouraged to send more. Well, that's it for now. It's time for the music. Won't you please welcome John Wort Hannam. Hi, John.
Hello, how are you?
Very good to see you.
I feel like I have to yell because you're way down there.
Way
and
down?
I'm way up here.
I'm right over here. Wait,
Yeah,
I'm right over here.
That way,
That's
yes.
the way, yeah.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm okay. We got some snow melting here. How about where you are?
We kind of have the same, actually. There's probably about 5 inches of snow on my front lawn, and we get Chinook winds here. Maybe I don't know if that's a purely southern Alberta thing, but basically they are that's a Blackfoot word for a warm. I think it translates to snow eater, and it is a warm wind. And sometimes the temperature, I'm not sure what it is in Fahrenheit, but sometimes on a really crazy day, the temperature can go from minus 20 degrees Celsius to plus 20 degrees Celsius. It can shift 40 degrees because of this Chinook wind. So it's not blowing right now, but it has been.
And it's bright and sunny.
It's pretty bright right now.
That's cool.
As you can see, there's lots of light in my room. So
We sure can. That's
yeah.
great. All right. Well, I'm going to let you get to playing some music.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
Thanks
so
for having
much.
me.
We'll check back in a little while.
Yeah, I love it. Thanks. I was going to light a fire, and I ran out of time. I did not light a fire. I need you to imagine that there are flames sort of behind me, okay? All right. If you were here 5 minutes ago, you would have seen my son Charlie and me saying to him, "Kid, get your boots on, hurry up, get out of here, because I got a live stream going on." And the song's called Hurry Up Kid. It was written, I'm going to play a whole bunch of songs that were written during the start of the pandemic and were written through the last few months. There'll be some old ones in there too. But this one comes from me realizing that I was telling my kid to hurry up way too much. Hurry up and go to bed, hurry up and get in the shower, hurry up and get your boots on and get out of here because I got a live stream happening. And I can't believe my kid's going to be 9. He is 9. He's going to be 10. And I realized that it's going way too fast. And really what I want him to do is actually slow down, kid, not hurry up, kid. Here we go. Hurry up, kid, you're going too slow. Me and your mama are dying to know. We had a big fight building your crib till we hung a mobile above it. I quit smoking, your mama is showing. Boy, she's glowing. We can't wait to say hello. So hurry up, kid, you're going too slow. You're going too slow. Hurry up, kid, smelling the roses, watching them grow. I gotta be messing around. You know time is money, it don't grow on trees. Are you listening to me? When you're older you will know. But hurry up, kid, you're going too slow. You're going too slow. And it ain't life if it ain't living. Get it right in the time you're given. Oh, I'm just trying to make it last. Yeah, I'm just trying to make it last. Oh, I'm just trying to make it last. down, kid. You're going too fast. How the years just fly right past. I'll have a big cry on the day you spread your wings and you fly away. But I'll keep watching, I'll keep listening. Don't want to miss a thing. Take your time is all I ask. Slow down, kid. You're going too fast. You're going too fast. Oh, I'm just trying to make it last. Yeah, I'm just trying to make it last. Oh, I'm just trying to make it last. So slow down, kid. The crowd goes wild. Well, I'm a little embarrassed. I didn't realize this thing was online. I actually thought you were all coming to my house. And I made cupcakes. So I have 100 cupcakes to eat. I brought in 100 cots for you to stay over. I guess I'll cancel the pizza. I'll keep the keg, I think. I'm going to keep the keg around. All right. Hey, this song has a prop. I never know if you see this backwards or the right way. I never know if you're getting a mirrored image or not. This song is not about this book, which is my favorite book of poetry, Walt Whitman, Leaves of Grass. But it's about this old black and white photograph that I keep in here. And this is Frank. This is my grandfather, Frank. This is my dad's dad. Let me see if I can hold that up a little better there. There's Frank. What a handsome man, hey? Big guy. Anyhow, that's tucked in there. And as Dina said, I live in Lethbridge, Alberta, which is basically, if you've been to northern Montana, you have been to southern Alberta. They're the same landscape. And but I wasn't born in Canada. I was born on a little island called Jersey in the Channel Islands, UK. And those of you, if anybody's listening from New Jersey right now, somewhere along the lines, we are related because my relatives from Jersey, Channel Islands, landed in New Jersey. So anyhow, why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because I came to Canada when I was about 9 years old. I had a chance to see one of my grandparents, my set of grandparents, once after that, the other one twice. So I always feel like I never really got to see my grandparents. And I never really, I don't, it's a relationship I've never experienced, that sort of grandparent, child relationship. And sometimes I wonder, I wonder what advice I could have, what jewels of wisdom I would have received from my grandparents if I had actually known them. And I'm not a religious guy in the least. If there's an opposite to that, that's probably what I am. But I certainly, I believe in old wisdom, and I wish I had the old wisdom of my granddad. So this song's called Round and Round. Hey grandfather, are you up there? And is it all they promised it would be? I have never been much for prayer, but I have never seen times quite like these. Lately I have more questions than I have answers, twirling in my head just like tiny dancers that go round, round and round, that go round, round and round. Hey grandfather, were you afraid? Some days I can't even catch my breath in that new uniform and beret.
Hey grandfather, were you scared to death? 'Cause now I have a kid of my own to reassure. How do I keep faith on the days that I ain't sure? It comes and goes and comes and goes like a revolving door that goes round, round and round, that goes round, round and round, that goes round, round and round, that goes round, round and round. And it's an old black and white photograph of you I keep in a Walt Whitman book. When I don't know what the hell I should do, I take it out, I take a look. Hey grandfather, was it true love? The kind that makes you feel so alive. Me and my gal had our share of times I wasn't sure we'd survive. How did you spend your life loving just one girl? The book of love gets harder as the pages start to curl, with all the ups and downs of a midway tilt-a-whirl that go round, round and round, they go round, round and round, they go round, round and round, they go round, round and round.
All right, round and round. Boy, this is weird, hey? I mean, I've done this, a lot since last March. It's been almost a year now, and it's still weird. It still kind of feels a bit weird. I think it's because I can't see you. I think that's why. I can't look and say, did that song make sense to that person or not? Well, let me move on. Let me sing you another what I call pandemic song. I feel like I'm going to mention a name that you all know. There is an Austin, Texas songwriter named Betty Sue. I suspect that Betty Sue has played Godfrey's before because I know that she tours a lot, and I had an opportunity to meet her quite a few years ago. And at the start of the pandemic, I saw a Facebook post from Betty Sue, and she was lamenting the fact that she was 1,000 miles away from her partner. And stuck because nobody was flying and everything like that. And at that moment, I thought to myself, how lucky I am to be able to isolate with my wife and my child and my dog. I have a dog, a COVID dog. She might get up and say hi in a little bit. She usually, sometimes she does a dance. Anyhow, feeling very, very lucky that I got to be around family and loved ones and have the support. And I reached out to Betty Sue and I said, man, I saw your post, and I said, it inspired this song, and I just wanted to send it to you. It's called The Other Side of the Curve. Here we go.
I know you're hurting, I know you're blue. All that's uncertain weighing on you. I know this burden was meant for two. I wish I were there to carry it too. But I'll bring the love that you need, and I'll bring the love you deserve. It's you I Can't wait to see on the other side of the curve. On the other side of the curve. And I think of leaving nighttime the most. I go weaving along the back roads. I come to your back door and I steal a kiss. That's what I think of moments like this. But you'll bring the love that I need, and you'll bring the love I deserve. It's when you'll be waiting for me on the other side of the curve. On the other side of the curve. So go to your window wherever you are. Look to the heavens and look to the stars. Wish for each other and wish for the moon. Wish we're together, none too soon. And we'll bring the love that we need, and we'll bring love we deserve when we finally meet on the other side of the curve. On the other side of the curve.
Other side of the curve. Well, cheers, everybody. I hope you don't mind. Is it illegal to drink on a live stream? I'm not sure. Anyhow, I guess I just did it. I am going to sing an old song. This song was written before I lived in Lethbridge, Alberta. I lived in Fort Macleod, Alberta, which isn't that far from here. It's an old town. It's where the for you Americans, you I'm sure have heard of the Canadian Mounties, and seen them in their red serge, the uniform. The predecessor to those guys was the Northwest Mounted Police, and in Alberta they marched west from Winnipeg, and they set up a fort in southern Alberta in what is now called Fort Macleod. And that's where I lived before I lived in Lethbridge. It's where I owned my first house. And leaving that house, if anybody has bought your first house and poured your love and heart and blood and tears into it by fixing an old house up, you understand how hard it is that one day where you're checking around and everything's cleared out, and the last boxes are in the van. And you walk through the empty rooms, and the echo is so huge because there's nothing to soften the sound. And then you go to the door and you turn that lock one last time, and you put the key in the mailbox, or whatever you have to do for the next owner. And I started thinking about that, and the sort of the love that we had put into the walls. As we were fixing the house and fixing the lath and plaster, I would write little notes as I was working on the house, and I would shove them between the bits of lath, and they would fall down into the middle of the wall. And I'm hoping one day when that house blows down or gets knocked down, someone's going to find these little notes from me telling everything. I wrote down everything from what the weather was like that day to dreams that I had for my son, and sometimes little song ideas or stuff like that, and I would drop it down inside the walls. Anyhow, it inspired this song. I realized that long after we leave this earth, the love that we show to a house or a town or a person lives on. This song is called Love Lives On. Hang on, something's out of tune. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, I love this town, all she brings, sky-high hopes and broken wings, small-time players and big-league dreams, all her promise and her misgivings. From here to there is still in miles, and cowboys and Indians still pick fights. Everyone knows where you hide the key. Everyone talks about your dirty laundry. And I wrote my name in the new cement for all to see and to document. When you're dead and gone, love lives on. I want them to know I loved this town long ago. Yeah, I love this house, all she holds. She warms our hearts when the walls are cold. We dressed her up in paint and flowers. She ain't much, but she's all ours. The wind howls and the whole thing shakes. The windows rattle and the baby wakes. The drain won't drain and the pilot won't light. The goddamn breaker blew again tonight. And I wrote my name behind the walls, 'cause one day this old house will fall. And when you're dead and gone, love lives on. I want them to know I loved this house long ago.
All right, this is for my wife.
Love this girl, all she is. I've been in love, but not like this. I'm her old man, she's my missus. Love's a deal sealed with kisses. She's a sight for weary eyes. She gets teary when the hero dies. Bright as the moon, sweet as a daisy. She swears like she's in the Navy. She gets mad when I make her worry. When I'm gone, she says hurry. And I carved our names in the old oak tree for all of the world to see. When we're dead and gone, love lives on. I want them to know I loved this girl long ago. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Well, there we have it. Love Lives On. Hey, I'm going to sing one more song, and then I think there's a break, and we're going to have a little chit-chat with Dina, and I'm looking forward to it. If you have any questions, please holler out. I love questions. I love hearing them. Okay, I'm going to play a song. Oh, hang on. I've got to just tune this up one more time. Some of you, if you're watching and you know me, or if you've seen me play before, you know that I used to be a teacher. I was a grade 9 teacher for quite a few years. And I remember sitting there one day in class. I liked teaching, but I didn't love teaching. I loved being around young people, but I didn't love the job of having to be at work all day and then going home and working all night and then getting up Saturday and Sunday and working all day. So one day I remember it was like May something, and it was 2:36 in the afternoon. And I remember looking at the clock going, oh my God, I'm not going to make it to 3:00. And I remember I got up out of my seat and I told the students I'd be right back. I went down to the principal's office and I said, hey, I'm going to work this year out, but then I think I'm done. And he said, oh man, he said, we're sorry to lose you. Did you get a better job at another school? And I said, no. I said, I'm going to be a songwriter. I've decided I'm going to be a songwriter. And the principal said to me, oh, I didn't even know you wrote songs. And I said, I don't. I've never written one in my life, but it can't be that hard. And so I went to the mall, the local mall, and for 99 cents I got a Xerox copy of a whole bunch of chord charts, and I bought a guitar, a $300 guitar. I went home and I sat in my basement for 10 months and decided I was going to learn how to play guitar and write songs. And anyhow, one of the things I sort of felt like I needed to do was go and tell my parents. So I went up to Calgary, Alberta. Some of you probably know Calgary, Alberta. And my dad, I need to tell you for this song, is a master carpenter. He's 80 years old right now. And he apprenticed the old school way when he was 16 under a master carpenter. And I said to my dad, I've quit my teaching job. And he said, oh, what are you going to do? And I said, well, I'm going to be a songwriter. And when I said that to anybody else, they'd go like this, yeah, right, really? And I'd say, no, really, I'm going to be a songwriter. And my dad, when I said, I'm going to be a songwriter, my dad said, well, good on you, man. You don't have to go with the grain. And first of all, I thought, oh, what's he getting at here? Because anybody who works with wood knows you always go with the grain. And I got in my car and I started to drive home, and I realized that Dad was actually giving me a great piece of wisdom. And I wrote him this song called With the Grain.
He's got sawdust in the pockets of his dusty, worn-out jeans, and a little more rolled up in the cuffs of his sleeves. At night he dreams in yellow birch, and he dreams in solid oak. When they painted the fur at the old church, well, his heart had damn near broke. He said, I know you've come here for some fatherly advice, but there's little I can tell you to get you through this life. Oh, I do know it ain't easy. Sometimes it don't make sense, but everything that means anything I learned standing at this bench. Snap a chalk line to stay straight and measure twice for your cut. You'll always bend a nail if you drive it through a knot. A little oil on your whetstone keeps a good edge on your plane. But don't buy a word of what you heard. You don't have to go with the grain. Son, you don't have to go with the grain. And he said, I'm just a dreamer. I wouldn't change if I could. Only dreams crash and burn when they're made of wood. I've seen a world with no seams, one where there's no nails, and sometimes I've imagined a world of just dovetails. Snap a chalk line to stay straight and measure twice for your cut. You'll always bend a nail if you drive it through a knot. A little oil on your whetstone keeps a good edge on your plane. But don't buy a word of what you heard. You don't have to go with the grain. Son, you don't have to go with the grain. Here's the important part. I guess I'm trying to tell you, son, there's no sure bets. So live your life with no fear and die with no regrets. And don't buy a word of what you heard. I'll say it once again. You don't have to go with the grain, son. You don't have to go with the grain. Snap a chalk line, just stay straight and measure twice for your cut. You'll always bend a nail if you drive it through a knot. A little oil in your whetstone keeps a good edge on your plane. But don't buy a word of what you heard. You don't have to go with the grain. Son, you don't have to go with the grain.
All right, with the grain. Thanks, you guys. That's it. That's the first half. I'm looking forward to talking with Dina and answering any questions out there.
Well, here I am.
How are you? You're just right. You're right
there.
there.
It's you have to use your backwards hand. Correct.
Oh, yes.
Yes. I was watching for some comments, got a lot of happy people. You asked if Ramona would be watching. She is.
I see her right there. See her clapping hands. Thanks, Ramona.
Betty Aiken.
Oh, hi, Betty. I know Betty.
Yeah. And Eric Thomas.
All right. Hey, Eric.
Linda Smart. God, just all kinds of...
that's my sister.
Oh, well, there you go.
I know her. I think I recognize her.
Couldn't be any better. All right. So anyway, we don't have any questions from those folks, but I've got a question myself.
Yeah.
So did you ever work with your father as a carpenter?
So I guess technically yes. My dad actually. So you can probably tell from my background that I live in another yet old house. This is a 1906 house. I know that's not old for you guys down there, but it's old for Alberta. And my dad came and helped us put in a new set of stairs. He helped me. It's got the old sash windows with the counterweights and stuff like that. He helped me with that. Actually, my younger brother Matthew sort of got the carpenter gene. I didn't get it. I often say, there's that old saying, measure twice and cut yourself. That's me. And my other brother, Matthew, my brother Matthew, I think is quite the craftsman and quite the carpenter. So he got it.
All right. So dovetailing off of that, as they say. What other jobs have you had in your wonderful life?
Well, so as I mentioned, I was a junior high school teacher. Let me think. I'm trying to think. The first job I ever had was I was washing dishes at a local restaurant that was just around the corner from where I grew up. I worked at Dairy Queen for I think 3 years of my life, and I hired my brother, who I mentioned, Matthew, which was a big mistake because there's a whole lot of pranking that I grew up with. In our house, pranking and jumping out and scaring siblings was a big part of things. And my brother got me quite often at Dairy Queen. I can remember one specific time going into the big walk-in freezer, and while I was in there, Matthew filling up a huge 4-gallon pail and opening the door and throwing it on me, and then locking the freezer door, locking me in there until I was pretty much blue. So that it's I'm not talking about little pranks. I'm talking about life and death pranks.
Okay, my breath just I'm sorry, I'm on camera. I can't.
Yeah.
My shock is.
Lots of stuff like that. Let me see. Dairy Queen. I was a camp counselor for quite a while. I did that for 4 or 5 summers in a row, and then was assistant director there for a little while. I was a bartender for a while and a waiter in a bar. I was very hard. It was at the University of Lethbridge, and it was the kind of bar that was basically just a big Quonset with tables in it. Big round tables that sat 15 or 16 people. And I remember I would go, we weren't allowed to write down our drink orders. So I would go and I'd say, hey, what do you guys want? And, it was university kids. So everybody wanted like 3 beers each. And, this person wanted 2 of these. And I remember I just couldn't remember it all. So I would go back to the bar and I would say, I don't know, give me like 6 different kinds of beer and a couple rum and cokes and some gin and tonics and stuff like that. And then I would go and I would put it on the table and I'd say, okay, guys, sort it out. And, and then, so I didn't last very long at that job. Yeah, I think that's about it, actually.
Okay,
I guess
that's
that means I
cool.
haven't had that many jobs.
No, that's cool. That's cool. And so once you left teaching and you started, so you bought that guitar, you taught yourself to play.
Yeah.
I'm just curious to know how long ago that was.
That was 22 years ago, I guess now.
Excellent. Wow.
21 or 22 years ago. So I wasn't a spring chicken, I wasn't a young kid, and I realized really fast that if this was something I was going to attempt to do, I needed to sort of hurry up. I needed to sort of catch up. So what I did is I went on what they called, what do they call it now? EI, or they used to call it UI, unemployment insurance. I had worked so many years as a teacher. I just thought, okay, I got 10 months, and I thought I'm going to sit in this basement suite that I own. I'm going to learn to play the guitar. I'm going to write the songs. If I can get 10 songs written, I will save some of this UI and I will make a demo. And that's what I did. After 10 months, I had 10 songs. I made a demo. I sent it around to some local festivals and venues. And I remember I have to give a shout out to the Lethbridge Folk Club, because I remember going to the folk club for an open stage, and I sang my sort of, 15 minutes or 3 songs type allotment. And when it was done, the guy who was booking the club, he said, we're having a year-end show, in 3 weeks or something like that. And if you come, I can give you $50. And I don't mean to sound like a dummy, but it had never occurred to me to actually think about making money playing music. And I remember this little light bulb, in the cartoons, bang, went off. I was like, oh, people might pay me to actually do this. And then sort of once that was done, then I just kind of jumped in both feet and let her rip and see not necessarily how far I could go. I don't have any sort of illusions that I'm going to sort of have a hit song one day or anything like that, but just wanted to see how, sort of how far I could take the craft. And to be honest, I that's really my goal, is if I can lie on my deathbed one day and think to myself, I've written a handful or 3 or 4 songs that I'm really proud of and that I think are really good, I think I'll be pretty happy. So,
Cool.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Dave McGrath still has your demo tape.
Oh, Dave, how are you, Dave? Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't even want to hear it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to hear
wow.
that.
All right.
Yeah,
Wow. So I'm going to tell the folks a few important
You
things,
bet.
and we'll be back with you in just a few minutes.
I'm going to mute myself because I'm going to detune into something else. So
You
I don't
do
want to
that.
be doing that while you're doing your thing.
Okay. Go right ahead. Hi, everybody. It's always so cool to learn these little tidbits when we're in the midst of the artist playing, and then we get to chat about it a little bit afterwards. A couple of things I want to remind you of. Godfrey Daniels Parlour Sessions are sponsored by WDIY 88.1 Lehigh Valley Public Radio. And let's get rid of that little thing there. NPR News, Public Affairs, and a collective mix of music all week long, including folk music and including all kinds of other styles of music. Won't you tune in and especially make sure you're there on Tuesday nights, live from Godfrey Daniels, 7 to 9 p.m., hosted by Dave Fry, right there on WDIY. And as well, a reminder to go to the Godfrey Daniels website, right there, godfreydaniels.org. Click on the big red button in the top right corner. That is on your desktop. I don't believe that button shows up on your phone, so make sure you do this on your desktop. And you'll get the weekly Godfrey's Gazette, tells you all about what's coming up next. A couple of things coming up. There will be 2 more virtual open mic coming up, and you'll find information about that. And also, the next Parlour session will be Abby Gardner, and that is on Friday, March 26th. And those links will come out 1 week. They come out 1 week prior to the live stream itself. And One last thing I want to remind you all that Godfrey Daniels relies on your membership support. So here's a few little bits about that. For over 40 years, Godfrey Daniels has been considered one of the best listening rooms in the country, where people come to appreciate live music and to celebrate a rare place where both the artist and the audience rise to the occasion. This reputation makes it possible for us to present legendary performers as well as emerging artists on their way to the top. Thanks to our members, volunteers, and the artists as well, we continue to evolve as a community resource with our successful monthly jams, open mic, storytelling, and youth outreach. Please consider supporting Godfrey's as a member. Your membership gift, along with those of other good friends, enables us to present some of the finest live music in the country. Just go to our website and click on the membership tab. It's that easy. Thank you. And just a note, that bit featured some homegrown music from Craig Thatcher. And the introduction that you see at the beginning of the Parlour sessions is also homegrown music from Jesse Grimm, Jenny at the Movies from the very first South Side Sunday Nights collection open mic CD. There are two of those. And when the doors open back up again, you can ask if you could buy one of those. Wouldn't that be cool? All right. Coming back, we have John Wort Hannam, and let's just bring him right on in here. All right,
Hey.
John.
Hi.
Your sister apparently is enjoying a glass of wine as well.
Yeah, that's probably every day for my sister. No, just kidding, sis.
Sweet. All right. So I'm going to turn it right back over to you, and we'll catch up with you when you're done at the very end.
All
Thanks,
right, that sounds
John.
good. You know, I just Dina, I thought you were in your home, at the club because you got such a groovy little vibe happening behind you there.
Oh, behind me, my little
Yeah.
background here.
Yeah, who
Yes,
guessed that was
well,
in your house?
It's just one wall of my house. It's an old house, just like yours. It's built
Yeah.
in 1860, so
Okay.
There's some stuff tucked in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so. I get you.
All right. Well,
All right.
take it away, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I started the first set with a song for my son. I'm going to start the second set with a song for my son. I've been married. See, I should know this, shouldn't I? I should know how long I've been married. How long have I been married? 20 something years. That's 20 something. As an aside, I actually don't know when my wedding anniversary is, but I know the week that I know it's like July 11, 12, 13, 14-ish. I know it's somewhere around there. And the gag that I've been pulling for a number of years with my wife, and she thinks it's a gag, is when I know that the week is coming up and I know I'm getting close, I always say, hey, hey, baby, that kind of stuff. Hey, sugar. Our anniversary is coming up, but this love between us is too big for one 24-hour period. So I'm thinking we should celebrate our anniversary week. And I don't think she actually buys it, to be totally honest. But I should know when I was married, shouldn't I? Oh boy, I should just sing. So anyhow, we have a 9-year-old named Charlie. He's a great kid. And you can do the math. You'd be like, okay, so you've been married for over 20 years. You clearly have a gray, no, it's not even gray anymore, a white beard. You're clearly not a spring chicken. What's up? You guys couldn't figure it out or what? And the truth was, I think we just both got busy. I was sitting in the basement trying to write my first 10 songs, and my wife was doing a master's degree at the time. And but I guess it must be true what they say about the biological clock. At least it was for my wife, because I remember one night we're lying in bed, we're both asleep, and then I got this like shove, like, John, wake up, wake up, wake up. And I woke up and I was like, what? I thought there was like a cat burglar in the house or something like that. And I said, what's up? And she turned on the bedside lamp and she looked at me with these huge eyes and she said, I have to have a baby. And I said, okay, like now, like, should I light some incense or something? Anyhow, now, as I said, we have this beautiful 9-year-old boy. which I can't imagine life without. And this is called Song for a Young Son.
Well, on the day you leave, I will try not to cry. I will lay in your bed, sing a sweet old lullaby, and I'll send you out into the world. I'll sneak my heart in a hamper and a 20 in your shirt. Never thought I could love this hard. You caught my heart off guard. I never had any doubts until you came along. I had it all figured out, but oh boy was I wrong. And of all the crazy things I did, you're the best one, kid. Never thought I could love this hard. You caught my heart off guard. You caught my heart off guard. And little trains pulling into stations on the floor, buckaroos with 6-shooters crouched behind the door, and praying it ain't broken every time I see you fall and sleeping one eye open. In case I hear you call, I'll miss it all. I'll miss it all. I know the hours wondering who you may become. I could wish so many things, but I have only one. May you find yourself a love that's true, the kind I found in you. Never thought I could love this hard. You caught my heart off guard. You caught my heart off guard. You caught my heart off guard.
It's called Song for a Young Son. Sometimes songwriters will say to me, I'm not inspired. I don't have any, I need some inspiration. I always say, have a kid, man. You will write songs about frustration. You will write songs about joy. You will write songs of the absence of patience. You'll write lots of things. Okay, I'm gonna play a song that that's kind of new, I guess. Well, new in the sense that I've only played it twice, even though I wrote it about a year and a half ago. One of the things that I loved to do before the shutdown and when I was traveling around was I loved to find out of the way places to eat. I'm a big fan of eating, and I enjoy it. And I love to, if I'm going to somewhere, like if I was coming to Bethlehem, I would say to Dina or Ramona before I got there, where should I go and eat? Like where should I go and find some home down kind of homegrown comfort kind of food, and usually we end up in one of those diners that are, I know, in sort of on that eastern seaboard in the United States, there's lots of those sort of things that look like they look like those long aluminum motorhomes, but really they're a diner. I forget what they call those. You don't really get those around here in Canada, at least not in the West. And so I have probably been to 500 to 800 of these little out-of-the-way diners in my time on the road. And you always meet the weirdest people, especially at like 3 a.m. in the morning. The strangest people come in. Anyhow, this was sort of, there's a whole bunch of stories in this little song, a whole bunch of snapshots. Let's see if we get through it. If I don't, I don't.
A nightly congregation gathers in the glow. Hazel pours the coffee. One by one they show. Mart is in his makeup. Earl just got released. Yeah, Candy's in the corner waiting on a priest at the Twilight Diner. Home away from home, the Twilight Diner, together all alone. Hank's hanging off the payphone, praying that he scores. Saul's quoting Revelations, talking to the Lord. Carl's at the counter with a gold band for Rose. Yeah, but Rose holds a secret almost everybody knows. At the Twilight Diner, home away from home, the Twilight Diner, together all alone.
Oh man, I forget the line. Barry plugs the jukebox. I got it.
Blue Christmas in July. And Hazel, she just rolls her eyes. A nightly congregation scatters in the glow. Hazel shines the silver. One by one they go.
Almost made it. Twilight Diner. All right. Bear with me. I'm going to do I'm going to mute myself momentarily because you don't need to hear me tune, but I need to put this up into a different tuning. Bear with me. Ta-da! I'm back. All right. I'm gonna write I'm gonna sing. What time? I don't want to. You got places to be. You got things to do. This is a song that I wrote. If there's any songwriters out there listening, you know that sometimes a flash, a thunderbolt hits you, and you sit down, and maybe half an hour later, you have about 90% of a song done. That has happened to me, but not very often. And I have to work at the songs. It takes me a while. But some songs I wrestle with for years, literally for years. And the first few lines of this song came probably 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. And it was, I couldn't finish it because I hadn't seen the things that I apparently know now that I needed to see in order to finish it. And without being too much of a bummer, because you're at home, as maybe like my sister, having a glass of wine, and the catalyst for this song was seeing that photograph that went around the world, and I know you saw it too. It was the photograph of the 3-year-old Syrian boy. I wish I could remember his name. I used to know it. Who washed up on shore of a Greek island. Again, one of those things that you would hope that you would never happen, and that you wish you could unsee. And I was sort of wrestling. What I was doing is I was wrestling with these songs, sort of about. I was trying to write about sort of people on the fringes, sort of homeless people, people with addiction. I was trying to teach my son that everybody needed to be treated with kindness and respect, regardless of the circumstances in which they find themselves in. And it doesn't really matter how they got there. It doesn't matter that somebody experimented with something and has become addicted. It doesn't matter. They're there now, and they need to be treated with kindness. And so I had all these sort of lines in there, and then saw the photograph, and then I kind of changed my tune, and I said to my son, it's not just kindness. I said, it's love. Everybody, and I know that sounds wishy-washy, but it really is the only way we're going to get through sort of this current time. I know that you guys down there have had just a huge sort of, with a new president, there's been a paradigm shift down there, and I'm not going to get into whether you think it's the right or the wrong thing. It did happen, but what I essentially said to my son is, we've got to treat everybody with kindness, and the only thing that's going to get us through this is if we learn to love. Anyhow, this song is called "Only Love."
Sing for the weary, sing for the strong, those letting go and those still holding on. Sing for the lost and sing for the found, sing, only love can save us now. Sing for the dreamers and those who don't dare. Sing for the tyrant and those in the square. Sing for the soul that never backs down. Sing, only love can save us now. Let all the bells ring. Let all the angels sing. Let them all tell of one thing, only love. Yeah, only love can save us now. Sing for the rebel, sing for the regime, sing for the refugee caught in between. Sing for a truce at the 11th hour. Sing, only love can save us now. Only love can save us now. Let all the bells ring. Let all the angels sing. Let them all tell of one thing, only love. Yeah, only love can save us now. So sing from the taverns and sing from the hills. Sing from the
try that again.
Sing from the taverns and sing from the hills. Sing from the towers and windowsills. Sing for the president, sing for the king. Sing for your children, but above all sing. Sing it on out and sing it out loud. Sing, only love can save us now. Only love can save us now. Only love can save us now.
Thanks, you guys. You can't see this, but I've got one of my wife's hair stuck in my beard, and it's like in my face, tickling my nose. Speaking of my wife,
whiskey neat, water on the side, talking slow and bleary-eyed. The barmaid counted her nickels and dimes, pulled the chain on the Bud Light sign. Empty highway, going like 90 with no headlights. I said it's crazy as it sounds, but this may be the night our kids ask us about. We were reckless, we were wild, we'd make it up as we go home. We were reckless, we were wild, we were reckless and wild young things. Yeah, we shot up the town, burned the countryside. You were my Bonnie, I was your Clyde. We said we'd run till death do us part. We were bandits with beautiful hearts. Yeah, we were reckless, we were wild. We'd make it up as we go home and see what the morning brings. We were reckless, we were wild, we were reckless and wild young things. Yeah, but time stood up and we slowed down. We got lost and we got round and lost that crazy love pass us by. 'Cause we forgot to talk, we forgot to ask, we forgot to listen, we forgot to laugh. We forgot to cut loose and break free. We forgot to live, we forgot to dream. So these two rings felt the strain, but these two rings together make a chain. So grab your keys, babe, grab your coat. Let's just see how fast this old thing can go. Yeah, let's be reckless, let's be wild. Let's make it up as we go home and see what the morning brings. Let's be reckless, let's be wild. Let's be reckless and wild young things. Let's be reckless and wild young things.
don't stray from the set list. That's the lesson I just learned. All right, you guys, I'm going to sing you one more song before I leave. Thank you so much to Dina. Thank you so much to Ramona. Thank you so much to Godfrey Daniels. You know, the first time I heard about Godfrey Daniels, I was a friend that lives in Florida, and she said something like, maybe you could play Godfrey Daniels. And I said, well, where does he live? And she said, no, it's Godfrey Daniels. And I said, yeah, I heard you. Where does he live? So it perplexed me for some time before I realized it was a venue. Okay, hang on. Bear with me. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave you with this song. When I get it in tune. This is a pandemic song. It's actually the last of the pandemic songs I've written, and I guess I think I mentioned before. I'm not religious at all, but I do believe in sort of. I love those little blessings that people give. I have a friend, and his granddad used to, as he was leaving out the door, he would say, "I'm going to love and leave." He was British. "I'm going to love and leave you." And I always loved that. I always thought, when he told me about that, I thought, oh, what a beautiful thing to say to people when they're leaving. And I wanted to write a song with a similar sort of sentiment, that I wanted to leave you with something before I ran out the door. So this song is called "Young at Heart." Thanks for listening to me. My name's John Wort Hannam. I live in southern Alberta in the city of Lethbridge. If you ever come up this way, you will see the beautiful Old Man River winding through the coulees of southern Alberta. You will probably be hit by the wind, but it's beautiful.
May you die young at heart, at a ripe old age, when you dearly depart. One of these days the book of life has an ending. When you turn that page, may you die young at heart, at a ripe old age. May you never have enough room around your kitchen table. May friends appear like a bloom each year till they're unable. May you toast to goodwill, drink to better health. May you boast happiness still outweighs your wealth, though, and may it flow like a river. May that river rage. May you die young at heart, at a ripe old age. May your heart fill with tinder, may your matches all be dry. When you're left with only cinder, may the last coals never die. Like the young contender, born to raise some hell, may you never surrender till the final bell. Oh, and may you make a comeback, one last fight to wage. May you die young at heart, at a ripe old age. May you die young at heart, at a ripe old age, when you dearly depart. One of these days the book of life has an ending. When you turn that page, may you die young at heart, at a ripe old age. May you die young at heart, at a ripe old age.
That's all from me. Thanks, you guys. Thank you for the opportunity. Thanks for inviting me. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you have a great Saturday. I hope you have a great Saturday night.
It's always hard to know what day of the week it is.
Yeah, no kidding. No
I
kidding.
have that issue myself.
Yeah.
John, thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Oh, thanks for having me.
And we'll see you around.
Okay. I hope one day to come down to Bethlehem and shake hands and see face to face with people. So thanks again for having me.
We'll make it happen for sure. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Take it easy, guys.
Thanks all for tuning in tonight. And one more quick reminder, very big thank you to our sponsor, what am I pointing that way? Touch it. WDIY 88.1 Lehigh Valley Public Radio. Thanks for getting the word out about the Parlour sessions. And we'll catch you next time. I'm Dina Hall. Thanks so much for watching. And don't forget, the next one is Abby Gardner on March 26th.